Good afternoon, class. Today we're going to learn how to bench press. At the end of this unit, students will be able to list the essential steps to properly perform bench press, discuss and demonstrate the bench press technique, and demonstrate the proper training before beginning the lift. Have any of you guys ever bench pressed before?
Just a couple times.
Okay. Do you know any of the techniques before we watch a video?
I think your feet are supposed to be on the floor and your hands are supposed to be like tight around the bar.
Okay. Alright, so now we're going to watch a video of the wrong technique first, and then we're going to watch a video of the proper technique first. This is the first one of the failed bench press. As you can see, like, his feet is not on the ground. His back and his bottom is not staying in contact with the bench. And also, when he goes down, like, he arches his back to go back up. And it's like the bar is going to the side. And also, throughout this video, like, there's one point where like right now, he's holding the weight above his head, where if he goes back down and potentially it gets too heavy, he's not going to be able to lift it. Okay, so that's enough of that video. Now we're going to watch the right technique.
The bench press. Arguably the most famous exercise of all time, and the only one with its own holiday. Every Monday is National Bench Press
As you can
Day.
see, his
The bench press
feet is
will
staying
help
in
to develop
contact
upper
with the
body
ground.
strength and
He don't
power
really need a
using your
spotter for
chest
this one
and
because it's
triceps.
lightweight.
But
According to
like
him, it's
any
lightweight,
exercise,
so he don't
it
really need a
only
spotter.
works
But
if you do it
his
the
hands
right
are
way.
around
And
the
that
ring
way
marks.
is the
He has straight
Buffalo
wrists and he has a
way.
full
To
grip around the bar.
perform, grab the bar with a slightly outside shoulder grip, making sure your forearms are in a vertical line.
Do you see
Keep
where his
your
hands
hips
are? His
firmly
hands are
placed on the
full grip.
bench with a slight arch in the lower back, about the width of your hand, and your feet flat on the ground. Have your shoulders locked downward and your shoulder blades squeezed together. As you lower the bar to your sternum area, make sure your elbows and upper arms are at a 45-degree angle to your torso. Drive the bar upward.
So do you guys
keeping
kind of
your
have a
torso
gist
and
of
legs
how to bench
tight.
press?
Yes.
Okay. Alright, so for our guided practice, we're going to talk about like the proper start technique. And the proper start technique is you're going to start with your feet on the ground. Your back and your bottom should always stay in contact with the bench. This must be heavyweight for him, so he needs a spotter, but we're just going to do it with a wood stick because we're not in the weight room today, so we're just going to go over like the technique and where to put your hands and where your feet should be located and stuff. The proper technique is you have to put your pinky on the ring marks of the bar, which are usually always located on the bar. Hold the bar at the base of your palm, so it's like in between your thumb and your index finger. And put it at the base of your palm with a full grip and straight wrist. As I said before, you should have neutral foot position. Feet should be flat on the floor using a shoulder width stance. In order to get the neutral foot position, you need to set one foot under your knee first and then set the other one. The lowering the bar technique, you lower the bar to the mid-chest area, so above your shoulders. Make sure your butt stays in contact with the bench and you're gonna lock your elbows at the top. The press technique, like I said, you're gonna press from your mid chest, but once you lift the bar from the mid chest, you have to always make sure it's above your shoulders, but you stay in contact with the bench and lock the elbows at the top. These are just some pictures of like he's pushing it from the mid chest. Pushing it from the mid chest, and when he lifts it up, he's extending his arms and he's locking his elbow. Okay, so now we're gonna go to our little workstation over here, and I'm gonna help you with the bench press technique. Well, we're gonna see what you remember, and then if you need help, I will.
Our bench area.
Yes, ma'am. So,
we like the ground.
where should your feet be?
They should be slightly, or they should be shoulder width apart, and my feet on the ground.
Okay. And where should your back and your bottom be?
My should always be on the bench, but one hand underneath.
Yes. Okay, so I'm going to give you the stick. And where should your hands be?
Right here.
Is that how you should hold it?
I don't remember.
Okay, so your hands should be like, almost like, what's comfortable for you? Because when I was an athlete, I learned that when you bench press to where it's comfortable for you. And
So probably like that.
Okay, and so make sure your wrist is straight. Yes. Okay, and are you squeezing your shoulder blades?
No, I am.
Okay, and so I'm gonna have you lower the bar, and where should you lower the bar?
To my chest, my sternum.
To your mid chest, yes. And then once you lift the bar up, how should you lock your arms? You should lock your arms your elbows should always stay locked. So are your elbows locked?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, and I'm gonna have you demonstrate 3 in a row for me. Okay. Do you feel like you did it right?
Yes.
Okay. You did it real good, but I noticed on your third one that you didn't squeeze your shoulder blades, and so your left arm kind of went out more than your right arm.
Okay.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right, thank you. Okay, and for our closure set, we're just going to talk about things that we learned. And so, what is the first step, like when setting up for the bench press?
Making sure you have all the right equipment, and if we're in a weight room, then we need a spotter.
That's right. Okay, and when you first go to the bench, what should you do?
Make sure that your feet are on the ground.
First, you want to lie down, take a seat at the end of the bench first, and when you lie down, you want to make sure you're lowering your back to the bench and put your eyes under the bar. Okay, so what was the second step that I went over?
Our feet on the ground.
Yes. So once you lay down, you want to squeeze your shoulder blades, raise your chest and tighten your upper back. Make sure your feet are completely on the ground at all times. And what's the third step?
Grab the bar.
Okay, what do you want to make sure when you grab the bar?
That our hands are in the right position, that it's comfortable to us, and that our pinkies are like on the rings.
Yes, you want to put your pinkies on the inside of the rings and hold the bar low and close to your wrist so you make sure that you have straight wrists. You also want to make sure you have a full grip. And when you unrack the bar, how should your arms be?
Whenever you push up, they should be locked, but then you should bring
So when you lower the bar, it should be, you should lower the bar to your mid chest, and then once you press, you should make sure you have locked elbows and that the bar is balanced over your shoulders. Okay, and so tomorrow we're gonna go to the weight room and we're gonna have spotters and we're gonna write down, record and write down our weights and do a couple of sets of bench press. And this is just when life hits you hard if you don't do it right.